So for week 10 of 2020 for Preppin data, we are looking to solve a logic grid puzzle. For those who don't know, a logic grid puzzle looks a little bit like this. And you fill this out by taking in a series of clues and using them to decide which combinations of these values are possible until you're left with the final combination. So in our case, one of our order takers has scribbled down their orders, but hasn't actually let us know which details line up with which other details. They have given us a series of titles, last names, products, and priorities for these 4 orders, but we don't know which of these line up with which. To help us, they've left us 7 clues, and by applying the logic in these 7 clues, we can figure out which combinations we actually have. There are 2 possible starting points for this challenge, one where you prepare all the possibilities, all the combinations of these values yourself, and one where we've pre-prepared it for you just so you can jump straight into the logic. I'll drop a link here or a timestamp here so you can skip ahead to the logic section of this video if you just want to look at the logic. So I'll just go through what the data looks like. So our input currently looks like this. We have 4 rows, each with a title, a last name, a product, and a priority. But these values don't necessarily go together, so we need to rearrange these values within these rows till we have our actual orders. For this challenge, we're pretty much going to use mostly the profile pane in order to do all the filtering to apply this logic. So I'll now jump into tablet prep so we can look at generating all these possible combinations before we start filtering them. So here we have our data. We're already inputting on the in the canvas area. So I'm going to add a clean step, and all I'm going to do now is just create a dummy field for us to join on later. So I'm just going to do dummy and the value 1. Next, we need to split these 4 fields up so we can join them all together so we can get every possible combination. So I'm just going to create a step here and just drag this down. Within this top step, I'm going to remove everything apart from title and dummy. And this is now our title only. And then I'm going to create 3 more branches. Each of these which is going to have just one of these fields plus the dummy field. So in this one, I'll do last name. In this one, I will do product. And in this one, I will do priority. I'm now just going to join all these together. Tablet Prep will automatically recognize that all of these fields have a numeric field called dummy, and it will automatically join on those. So we don't actually need to configure these or even look inside them. You can literally drag and drop over the join section. I'm just going to center this up. And then I'm going to drag this over product only. And then I'm going to drag this again over our priority only. If we now open up a clean step to look at this data, we have these 4 dummy fields. And then in the data grid, we can see that we've got every possible combination. So here we have every priority for if it was Dr. Bevan's with the hibiscus 7 rope, and then the camel bar, and the lemon gel, and then the rose bar, and then it changes the title and generates all combinations for that as well. So we've gone from having 4 rows to 256 rows. I'm just going to remove these dummy fields. And now we're ready to start applying the clue logic. I'll do each of these clues in a separate step, just to keep it nice and clear. So our first clue states that only the customer with the highest priority has a title and last name that begin with the same letter. So in order to filter out these values, we should apply a custom filter that we write. Essentially, we need to make sure that if the priority is 1, we only have Baroness Bevans, Dr. Dimmadome, Reverend Rotzenheimer, and Sergeant Shadwell. We can't have Baroness Dimmadome being in first priority, as the B does not equal the D. Similarly, we can't have Baroness Bevans being in second, third, or fourth priority. So we need to filter out so only priority 1 has the same first letter in title and last name, and all the other priorities have different letters in title and last name. So I'm just going to click filter values at the top of the profile pane, and I'm going to write a calculation to check both these conditions. So the first condition, we're going to say if priority equals 1 and if the leftmost character of the title field equals the leftmost character of the last name field. Then keep that row. Or the other possible condition for rows to keep is these are not equal. So I'm just going to copy these conditions, and I'm going to change the sign. So this is now not equals, and this is not equals. After applying this condition, we now see the number of rows has dropped down to 160. And the first priority rows have significantly dropped, so there's only 16 possible combinations now, which you can see in the data pane. So all the priority ones now are Baroness Bevans, Sergeant Shadwell, Dr. Dimmadome, and Reverend Rotzenheimer. I'm now going to apply the second clue. So clue number 2, which states that Bevans' priority is directly after Dimmadome, and neither of these people order the Camar bar or the hibiscus soap and a rope. So the first thing this means is, although we don't know exactly what priority Dimmadome is yet, we know that Bevans is after him or her. Therefore, Bevans can't be in first priority because then he can't be after Dimmadome. So I'm going to select Bevans, and I'm going to hold down Control and select priority 1 and click exclude. Similarly, Dimmadome can't be in fourth priority because then Bevans can't be after him. So I'm going to select Dimmadome and fourth priority and filter those out. The second part of this clue means that the hibiscus soap and a rope and the camel bar definitely weren't ordered by Bevans or Dimmadome. So I'm going to select Camel, Hibiscus, Bevans, and Dimmadome, and click exclude on these rows. This also means that the lemon gel and the rose bar must have been ordered by Bevans or Dimmadome, which in turn means that Rotzenheimer and Shadwell must have ordered the Camel bar or the hibiscus soap. So as Rotzenheimer and Shadwell can't have ordered these two values, I'm going to get rid of these rows as well. And now we're down to just 72 possible combinations, after only applying 2 clues. Moving on to clue number 3, which states the sergeant and the person who ordered lemon gel are either first or third priority. Now this clue has 3 implications. Firstly, that the sergeant can't have been in second or fourth priority. Secondly, that the lemon gel also can't have been second or fourth priority. But thirdly, also that the sergeant isn't the one who ordered lemon gel. So to apply these, I'm going to select firstly sergeant and priorities 2 and 3, as we know he can't have been in those priorities. Then I'm going to select the lemon gel and priorities 2 and 3, and exclude those values as well. Then I'm also going to select sergeant and lemon gel and exclude those. And now we're down to 54 rows. On to clue 4, which states that the Reverend didn't order the rose bar and isn't second priority. So this is a fairly straightforward one. So firstly, I'm going to apply the clue directly. So select referent and select rows bar and exclude that value first. And then select referent and second priority and exclude those rows as well. We are now down to 47 rows. Moving on to clue number 5, which states that the sergeant either ordered hibiscus soap and rope or is fourth priority. Now, using the profile pane, when we click on sergeant, we see that he can't have been fourth priority. There are no values left or no rows left where the sergeant is fourth priority. This means he must have ordered the hibiscus soap and a rope. So in order to reflect this, I'm going to select the other two possible values, chamomile and rose bar, and then sergeant, and exclude those rows. Now that we know the sergeant definitely ordered the hibiscus soap and a rope, we also know that the baroness, doctor, and reverend definitely didn't order this as the sergeant ordered this. So I'm now going to keep hibiscus soap and rope selected, but also select baroness, doctor, and reverend, and click exclude. Now we're down to 28 rows and really honing in on what these last 4 possible values are. Moving on to clue number 6, which states that the priority of the person who ordered the rose bar is directly after the person who ordered the lemon gel. So this is similar to clue number 2, in that we now know that the rose bar can't have been ordered in first priority, and also that the lemon gel can't have been ordered in fourth priority. Now when clicking lemon gel, we see that it can only have been ordered in first or third as it stands. This in turn means that the rose bar must be in second or fourth as it's directly after the lemon gel. So we're going to select rose bar and select first and third as they're the values that it definitely can't be now, and exclude them. Moving on to clue number 7, which states that Dimmadome is not a doctor and the baroness did not order the hibiscus soap and a rope. Selecting the baroness, we see that we already know that the baroness can't have ordered the hibiscus soap and a rope, as we figured that out to be the sergeant already. But we can exclude the possibility that Dimmadome is a doctor. So we're going to select doctor and Dimmadome and exclude this one row as well. So after applying all those clues one time round, we're now down to just 24 rows. So 4 of these 24 are our actual values now. So all we have to do now is explore the profile pane and figure out which possible combinations aren't possible, or that we definitely know. So I'm just going to call this step final logic and begin exploring the profile pane to figure this out. So after clicking lemon gel, you can see, using the profile pane, that the only priority that the lemon gel could be ordered in is third now. This means that none of the other products could be ordered in third priority, as only the lemon gel could take this value. So I'm going to select priority 3, and then select chamomile bar and hibiscus soap, and exclude these values. Now from clue number 6, we know that the rose bar must be one priority after the lemon gel. And since we know the lemon gel was in third priority, we now know that the rose bar must be in fourth priority. So we're going to select rose bar and 2 and exclude that possibility. And we're also going to select fourth priority and chamomile bar and exclude that, as we now know the rose bar is fourth priority. If we now click on the hibiscus soap and a rope, we can see that it was definitely Sergeant Shadwell who ordered the hibiscus soap and a rope in first priority. There is only one row left for this combination, or for this product, and also for the title, so we know that these must line up. So in order to make sure we now only have a last name that fits with Sergeant and with this product, we're going to select Shadwell, Baroness and Doctor, and exclude these rows. And then we're also going to select priority 1 and reverend and exclude these rows. So now for all of these 4 values, we have the row that we want. If we go back and click on rows bar again, we now see that this must have been ordered by Dr. Bevans in 4th priority. So to reflect this, we are now going to discount some of these possible combinations. So as Bevans must have ordered the rose bar, they can't have ordered the lemon gel, so we can exclude this. And as the doctor is definitely Bevans, we're going to select Doctor and Rotzenheimer and exclude this value. And now we're down to just 5 rows. Finally, we can see by clicking on Camel Bar that this must have been ordered by Baroness Rotzenheimer in 2nd priority. So, as Baroness must have been Rotzenheimer, we select Baroness and Dimmadome and click Exclude. We are now left with just 4 rows with our 4 final values. And this kind of highlights how easy it is to use the profile pane to explore your data, as well as the benefits and ease it is to filter your data down and apply logic. Hopefully you've enjoyed this challenge. Feel free to share your experiences or your solutions with us on Twitter, on the Prepping Data forum, on the Tableau forums, or by commenting on the Prepping Data website.